From downtown Detroit, Tiger Talk is on the air. And we're back. This is Dean Howard. And you know, every year the Tigers get new players, of course, in the trades and the new players coming up out of the minor league systems. And we're glad to have the newest Tiger, Bobby Thompson. Bobby Thompson came over from the Seattle organization, and you played a couple of games already. Tell me, what was it like the first time you went into the clubhouse? Did the fellas make you feel welcome?
Oh, you're so sweet, aren't you? Aren't you? Just sitting there being sweet. As soon as I leave the room, you will be in the trash again, won't you? You little bastard. You're lucky, though. Lucky Mommy's around, I'll tell you that. If it were up to me, I'd take you to that Indonesian restaurant. Too bad they don't do that with dogs in this country. Chop, chop, chop. All this goddamn barking, whining, rustling around. I don't see what good she sees in you. No, I don't. Eating us out of house and home. Peeing on the carpet. Yeah, that's right, you mangy little mutt. I'm talking to you. Should have strapped you to the roof of our car. Should have got a cat.
Stuart! Stuart!
Yes, Helen?
Who are you talking to in there? You're not teasing the dog again, are you?
You're imagining things again, Helen.
He knows what you're saying, don't think for a second that he doesn't.
He's a dog, Helen. I could be telling him he's the next Uggie, and he would not know the difference. Which you certainly aren't.
It's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. He can tell by your tone. Come in here, sweetie. Mommy won't talk bad about you.
Mommy won't talk bad about you.
What was that, Stuart?
Nothing, Helen. I was just talking to myself.
I'm running late for my doctor's appointment, and I have some errands to run. Take the dog for a pee walk, will you?
My arthritis is killing me.
Oh, for God's sake, it'll take you 5 minutes. And the walk will be good for you. Your doctor said it's better if you try and stay loose.
That doctor's a knob.
Do you want me to miss my appointment? Little Pumpkin needs a walk.
Little Pumpkin knows where the park is.
Of course it's good to start off on a good foot when you're a part of a new ball club.
I'll take him.
That just makes you feel good.
You hear that, Little Pumpkin? You wanna go outside? You wanna go outside? Daddy's gonna take you for a walk in the park. Now you be a good little boy, and Mommy will pick you up a treat while she's out. You are going to walk him.
I'll take him, Helen.
Although I can loop this stuff over again.
Fuck! Do you have to lay it on so thick?
Hey, language. You want it believable or not?
Believable? I'm the one who's crawling around on my hands and knees. My knees are killing me.
I've got one thing to say to you. AWOL. That spells AWOL. Pumpkin.
Yeah, Dad's the big war hero in Grenada.
How about showing some respect for those of us that had enough courage to fight for this country? You wouldn't be squirming around on the floor if you did.
Yeah, I'd be stiff. In a body bag.
At least you would have had some honor.
I'd be dead, Dad. Jesus Christ!
Don't use the Lord's name in vain. Besides, you don't know that.
Oh no? The day after I walked, my entire platoon got mowed down. Would you like it if that crazy fucking altar up there was real, huh? Would you like that?
Stop cursing.
Like father, like son. Well, would you? You got an answer for that?
course, they played their jokes here and there or whatever, but you know, it's been good.
What a sick fucking thought.
Proud to say that I'm a Tiger, and you know, say that I'm a part of this ball club.
Give me a cigarette.
Mother keeps nagging me for smoking too much. She even accused me of smoking for 2 people lately. She's counting them now.
Yeah, well, she may have some delusions, but she takes care of you, doesn't she?
Don't talk that way about your mother.
She thinks I'm a dog, Dad.
Her eyes aren't what they used to be.
Her eyes! Jeez!
That I'm a part of this ball club and hope to have a good long future here.
Yeah, and a lot of the fellas, spoke very.
You got any whiskey?
You know, coming over from
She also thinks I'm drinking for 2 people as well.
That's because you drank for 2 people before.
Good one. Just wait till you get arthritis.
Yeah, well, I won't have to wait too long if I keep crawling around on this damn floor. I got calluses on my shins.
All right. Just 1 drink. I could use one myself.
Spoke very highly of you and your ability out in the outfield. What was it like that first game? I know you got a pretty good.
Tigers won again.
Great catches you made.
Awesome!
That kind of helped make you feel more part of the organization. And a lot of the fellas, spoke very highly of you
I mean,
and your ability out in the.
great.
That Verlander's some pitcher. Kind of reminds me of myself once.
You got a pretty good.
Guy's got great technique. It's like I always told you, remember? You don't have to be that strong as long as you've got good technique.
Fellas, spoke very highly of you and your ability out in the outfield. What was it like?
Yeah, Dad, I remember.
I know you got a pretty good response from a couple of those great catches you made. Did that kind of help make you feel more part of the organization?
You know, coming over from Seattle, coming out here, it's new territory to me. So all the guys.
I gotta get outside.
Already?
Right at home and.
Oh, what the hell.
Their jokes here and there or whatever. But, you know,
Practice, practice, practice. It's what it's all about. I heard an interview with the guy the other night. Talked about how him and his dad would practice right up until twilight, until they couldn't see the ball anymore. We used to do that, remember?
Yeah, Dad.
Justin Verlander could take the Tigers to the pennant this year. It's all in his follow-through, like Denny McLain. He's got that high kick, then he comes up right over the top. Pew. Tried to get you to do that once. Yeah, you wouldn't listen.
That's because I sucked. And I threw it like a girl. You said it yourself.
You threw like a girl because you wouldn't listen to me.
I tried.
You tried. My ass, you tried. Justin Verlander used to spend 3 hours a day working on his form. Rain or shine, him and his dad.
Well, you know what, Dad? I'm not McLean. Or Verlander. Or any
Well,
of those
you
other...
bet you ain't, but you could have been if you just showed a little more dedication. That would have kept you out of this war and the mess you're in now. Dedication.
I hate baseball.
You just weren't dedicated enough. You didn't play baseball in high school. You walked from the American war effort.
Whoa! Okay! You know what? First of all, nobody around here has any sense of the war effort. Beside those little stickers on the back of their trucks. Support our troops! Exclamation point! Right. Oh, and as for the baseball, I was cut, remember? I even had the coach call you so that you knew I wasn't lying.
He said he'd give you another look.
Yeah. Cut. And then you begged him to
I
put
simply explained my position. The man was a moron. What, 20 years at Central Farmington and not one with a winning season?
Yeah, well, he knew enough not to let me on the team.
You just didn't want to be on the team. You blew the varsity tryout on purpose just to spite your old man.
Yeah, I threw like a girl on purpose just to spite you. That's it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me a bit. Everything I told you to do, you'd go and do the opposite. You said it yourself, you hate baseball, and the reason you hate it is just to spite me. I told you over and over and over and over.
I hated it. I hate it still. Still do. Thanks, really, thank you.
Yeah, well, there's a reason behind all this. There's a reason. And the reason I was almost a major leaguer was because...
I did the opposite because you always tried to ram it down my throat.
Because I worked at it every day.
I obviously sucked at it, and I always would suck at it.
Never willing to work at it.
Good.
You always wanted to go traipsing around with one of your little pansy friends. Who is that kid? Eric? Talk about throwing like a girl. Your mother saw that Eric kid the other day at one of those protest encampments. Devil beard, piercings, tattoos, all that crap. For crying out loud, that kid was partly responsible for you giving up on the game. Remember when I chased that Eric kid out of the house? Telling you to skip ball practice and go to some poetry jam meeting. I'll never forget what he said. Baseball, like all sports, is an expression of man's warrior instinct. And in order for man to evolve, he must give up all forms of warrior-like substitution. What a steaming pile of horse shit. I also remember the look on his face when he saw me coming around the corner at him with my Louisville Slugger. Then he brings his faggot father around the next day. Guy starts telling me about his fancy degree in philosophy or some other crap, and how violence never solved anything. How I'm teaching my kid the wrong thing by teaching him about violence. Well, the old Louisville Slugger sent him running too. The boob.
Are you through yet?
No! I'm not goddamn through yet! You have no patience. That's why you could never hit the ball. Hitting's all about patience. I always told you that, but you wouldn't listen. And this is part of what I'm talking about. And what candy-ass sissies like that Eric kid could never understand. Baseball isn't just a game. It's life. It follows the same rhythms and moods. If you don't understand the game, you don't understand
life. Eric was my friend, Dad.
You know, you even started playing a little better after you stopped hanging around that kid. I did you a favor when I kicked that son of a bitch out of this house.
No, I didn't.
Huh?
I didn't start playing better when you chased Eric out of the house.
You did too. Those American Legion games? You went 2 for 3 in the one game and then like 3 or 4 in the game after that. I got the scorebooks. I got every one of those scorebooks ever since you were 8.
I don't remember any of this.
I'll get the scorebooks. I think it was 2, but I can't remember. I might have scored 1 as a hit or an error. You know, your average probably would have been higher, but I always scored you tough.
Do you want to know why I got those hits? Didn't you hear the crying?
What are you barking at me for? Of course I heard. I already told you why you got those hits. You didn't have that wussy Eric's influence on your game anymore.
You didn't hear the crying? Really?
What crying?
The crying from my room every single night, that whole summer long, because I struck out 3 times or I walked every batter that I faced. I could see the shame in your eyes. I could hear it in the silence of the car ride home.
You didn't strike out every time.
What? Dad, you are still not listening.
Those American Legion games.
Those American Legion games! Those 2 games! Those 4 hits! How many was it? Was it 4?
5.
Fine! 5! Fine! I got those hits right after you kicked Eric out of the house. Eric, the only friend I ever had growing up who didn't play baseball because anyone who did play baseball laughed at me. I was the kid who always got to play because his dad was the coach. And if his dad wasn't the coach, he fixed it with the coach so that I got to play anyway. Do you have any idea how much those kids hated me?
They didn't hate you.
Oh, no? Remember that kid Wayne when you benched him to play me? Just made everyone hate me more.
But those American Legion games were evidence of your potential.
They were evidence of how much I hated you. I got those hits because I pretended the ball was your head. And you know what's funny? Those 2 games were the only time I ever loved the game, as you like to call it. I got to bash your head in 4 or 5 times. Depending on the scoring. You're what?
Sorry, son.
You're sorry. Too late, Dad. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go lay down on the blanket in the kitchen before Mom gets home.
Son.
And it's a great day for baseball. The fans are just loving it here. Up is Billy Potter up next. He's 3 for 4. He's been doing just great lately. Oh, the ball is hit hard. Billy Potter heading to first. He's going to be going to second. It looks like it could be a triple, an in-the-park triple for Billy Potter.
3 for 4. It's a batting average of 750. Major leaguers don't even hit that.
Stuart. Stuart, wake up, sweetie. Stuart, wake up.
Huh?
Are you awake?
Yeah.
Did you take the dog out?
Yeah, we talked.
Hun, did you take him out?
All my life.
What?
Nothing. No, Helen, I'm not awake yet. But I walked him.
Did you?
Yes.
Looks like you just sat there and drank.
I took him out first.
Stu, it's the middle of the day.
Pain is bad today.
I got a call while I was out. Stuart, they called about Billy.
Yeah? What'd they say?
Well, they still haven't found anything, but they're moving to retake the valley where they think they lost him.
So why do they call to tell you that? What, do they think he's just going to be sitting there waiting for them?
No, they said that they do expect to find him and that we should start thinking about making arrangements.
What are they talking about?
Stuart, I think it's time to let him go.
No, Helen. No. He's out there somewhere. He's probably out there hiding in the mountains somewhere. I know that kid. Remember that time he played hide and go seek from us, and he hid from us for half the day in the bottom of the linen closet? No, Helen, he's out there somewhere. I know that kid.
I just feel that we shouldn't get our hopes up. I mean, it's been over.
He's out there! Believe me, I'm sorry for yelling, but you just gotta believe me.
Someone said they saw him go down.
I'm not gonna talk about this anymore. Someone saw him go down. I've told you stories about the military. You don't. What?
All right.
When they're
All
calling
right.
you, you
All
think they're going to
right.
give you every detail
All
about?
right. All right. All right. Calm down. Calm down. I saw that friend of Billy's, the one at the protest encampment. He was only just stopped coming around. They seemed like such good friends, and then I never could understand that.
Yeah.
Strange. Did Billy ever say anything to you about that?
No. No, he didn't.
Anyway, I was just about to ask him why when he asked how Billy was. I guess he hadn't heard. He seemed really upset when I told him. So I asked him over for dinner.
You what?
I asked him over for dinner. Why? What's wrong with that?
Well,
The odd thing was, he insisted that I check with you first. I know you never liked him all that much, but did something happen between the two of you?
I think I was wrong about that kid back then. I wasn't very fair to him. I mean, if he was a friend of Billy's, I was pretty judgmental. I didn't give him a chance.
I never heard you change your mind about anybody. Is that why you stopped coming around?
I just wasn't very nice or very friendly. And I think I scared him off. A man should always admit when he's wrong.
All these years of marriage, and he finally decides to admit that he's human. That's why I love you. You always come across like a big pit bull on the outside, but deep down you're just a soft little puppy.
I've been wrong about so many things. So many things.
What's gotten into you today, Stuart? What's the matter?
The way I treated Billy was just... I shamed him.
We aren't perfect, Stuart. You did the best you knew how. We both did.
No, Helen. I didn't. Sure, I thought I was doing everything right at the time. You know, you think they're another version of yourself, a chance to live your life over without any mistakes. But before you know it, they're all grown up and off to... Except now. Now you just wish you had a chance to fix all the mistakes. To let them be whatever they wanted to be. To allow them not to be you. I wish I could have told them that. I wish I could have told them I'm sorry. Am I a good man, Helen?
Yes, Stuart. You're a good man.
Coming up next, winners. I can see Ryan I can see where he's sitting. He's got his feet up, he's got his laptop open, and I think in the next 5 minutes he's going to put in some work for you, the American gambling public. And maybe we're wrong. Maybe they can do it the way that they're doing it.
I love when I can guess what analysts are going to say what about which games and teams.
You're pretty good at that.
You know what?
Dad?
Yeah,
Hey.
you know, this is what this guy will think.
Is your mother
of the
asleep?
position he played. It doesn't mean that the opinion isn't good. He just
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. And you go, stop picking everybody else. It's not working.
Who's winning?
I'm not going to say who.
It doesn't matter. We have to tell her tomorrow, you know?
heard what you said.
It's got to be tomorrow. She thinks you're dead. We can't let her go on thinking that. It's cruel.
Apology accepted, Dad.
I'll tell her. I don't know how, but I'll tell her. And then we have to find a way to clear you with the military. Sneak you back into Afghanistan or Pakistan. You were held captive by the Taliban. You escaped. You got away. You've been on the run ever since.
Yeah, sure. We'll find a way. Listen, I've been thinking when all things are settled, I'm gonna go back to college.
Good idea. You should study whatever you want to.
Well, actually, I was thinking I might even play ball again. Yeah, I figured I never really tried in high school, so give it another shot. I think I'll give up on the pitching, though. Just focus on the hitting and fielding.
No, don't give up on the pitching.
I could never get it over.
You just need to follow through more and use your legs.
Just the hitting and fielding, okay?
You did get those 4 hits in the American Legion games.
It was 5. Look it up.
Yes, it was 5, wasn't it? And I remember where each one of those hits went to. Even the outs you got in those 2 games were hit hard because you were really keeping your head on the ball. We need to remember that when you start working out again.
Okay, we'll work on that. You want to have a catch?
It's dark out.
So we'll use the streetlights. We've done it before.
Sure, son. I'd love to have a catch.
I'll go get the mitts. And we'll have a catch, Dad. We'll have a catch.
That is the key, too. Keeping your head on the ball. Well, that's what Kaline always used to do. I remember seeing him over at Tiger Stadium, over at the corner. Michigan and Trumbull. Boy, that man could hit. Tennis ball. Where's the baseball?